Well, it's a gloomy day here, but things are brightening up a little bit. Chilly. Still only 58 degrees, and we're looking at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's not going to get much warmer. It's a chilly day today. So I'm on my way over to the meadows. Chance of rain throughout the first part of the afternoon, which should be okay for the rest of the day, but it is going to be cold. The only problematic point of the day is I'm supposed to get my hair cut in between race cards. That's going to be a tight one. We'll see. Anyway, let's get to the aged horses. 4-year-olds and up. We've been having a pretty good run with all of our horses, aged horses included. And we're going to start with Admiral Dio. I know somebody mentioned the other day he looked like he was in tough. It's not that he's in tough. He's drawn the outside. 7, 8, and now 6 on Monday. I can't be there on Monday. Tyler Angus is going to drive Admiral Dio. You know, he's a funny horse. He's not just going to scream off the car. You kind of got to let him work his way into it, and then you can advance. I made front with him 2 starts ago, but again, I was coming hard with him, and Aaron was on the front. I put him in a spot where he could have parked me, but he opted to let me go and remove, and then subsequently backed me through the field. Now his horse was 3-5, so obviously there's just something up with that horse that night. He wasn't good, but very next start, drew the 8-hole. That was 7, drew the 8-hole. I can't let him blast from post 8th, so I take him back. He's 14 football fields back at the quarter pole. He's way back at the half. End up getting beat like 15 lengths with him. No, 25 lengths. I don't know, getting beat. Well, you beat a long, long ways with him. And God, they're doing a lot of construction on this road. You know, it's very disappointing, but there's not much you can do. You can't really retreat with him, right? And that's the trouble Tyler's going to get in with him on Monday, is that he can't get off the car super good, but you can't retreat. So you got to go out of there looking for a hole. So hopefully we can find one for him. Drebin. Now, Drebin is in good operational order. He is still swimming. He's going to remain swimming. Now, I'm going to tell you that we'll re-x-ray that foot in July, but I just made that up. I don't know the exact date when he's going to get re-x-rayed, but that line will disappear, and then we can start with some groundwork on him. You know, I think it makes the most sense just to have the horse ready for end of August, first part of September. We'd like to be racing him through the fall into the winter. Mounds for All, he'll make his last start for us today. You know, there's 2 classes. He can race in 3. The condition race, the condition claimer over here. He can race in the condition claimer at Scioto. There won't be anything for him at Northfield now with him winning that 7th race. So I just thought it made more sense to maybe test free agency market. Shows winning on a half-mile track, winning in 55 this year. The type of horse that a lot of people would like to maybe sink their teeth into. But we'll see. We'll see how Monday goes. I mean, I'll retain him if we have to. I mean, if push comes to shove and we're not getting what we should from him, then I certainly will retain him. We can take him to the meadows. We can race him there. I just would rather have our horses in a place they can win, right? Same reason that Rojan Alexandra is on the board on Monday. Never Lose Felix is on the board on Monday. I just don't know that those horses are going to open up as favorites or kind of favorites. You know, when you're opening up your odds at 7, 8, 9, 10 to 1 on a regular basis, you're just in the wrong class. And I just don't think it makes the most sense for us to be racing those 3 particular horses much further into the summer. Tenacious Hanover raced good the other day. His 2nd start back, 53-1. I thought the horse looked very, very good in doing his work. I was really impressed with his drive. You know, it's been a while since that horse paced that fast, and he was coming to that. I thought he could have won, but he was still coming to that horse at the wire and was advancing. So pretty hard to be too upset. Time is on my side races tonight. First lag of the Graduate. I got a little confused looking at one of the other horses' lines and say Graduate. I'm like, I didn't miss a lag of the Graduate. That was the Ontario Graduate, which obviously Time is on my side was not eligible to, being a Captain Crunch. He races tonight in the first leg of the Graduate. I think he's in a good spot. You know, 48-1, not, and this is important, so important. This is 48-1, not following, not following speed. This is 48-1, making all the speed. I think there's quite there's a seismic difference between those 2 trips. And I think that although doing all the work and getting beaten 47-4, certainly nothing to be ashamed of. The horse raced good. He'll be coming in sharp again tonight. Vehement is going to race on Wednesday. Always seems to be in the mix, right? He's a little different. I think that when Vehement exits this class, I think he can do the same in the next class. Follow. I don't think a second or so faster is really going to affect him that much. I think he's going to be competitive in the next class up. Also, Vehement Parks. Save America was entered in to go Tuesday at Scioto. He did not get in, which actually helped us because I was planning on bringing 5 horses to school at the Meadows on Tuesday, but if the time was going to be tight for me to get back in time so that Jason could take the truck and trailer to Scioto to race, then there wouldn't be any trip to the Meadows. So and they'll get in on Wednesday, they just move the classes over to the next day. So if it's a matter of waiting a day so that we can get all our horses in, well, I'm certainly okay with that. Both of those horses, Save America and Rock Shining Star, will race on Wednesday. Spitfire Overseas raced great the other day, a winner in the Open. I was very, very shocked. Still am a little baffled how well he could over a half-mile track. He's going to get a chance to do it all again on Sunday, handicapped with the 7th hole. And you know what? I feel I should say something because there's been other horses that never got handicapped, in the pace especially, over the last 2 weeks. Spitfire Overseas hasn't shown an open trot in over a year. He wins the open trot at Northfield and all of a sudden is relegated to the 7 hole. And he was not the favorite, right? He was one of the favorites. So I'm a little surprised they gave him a 7 hole. I'm going to have to ask him about that. Texong Soprano raced good again the other night. Finished 3rd. I thought he was going to be 2nd, and then I thought maybe he was 4th also. So no complaints about how he raced. Of course, it won. It went an incredible mile, made a break in the last turn, come back trotting, circled the field, and still won. He's a scary customer. Greatest Ending. Yeah, raced great the other day. Has been good. If they can consistently keep him that good, that's always been the problem with Greatest Ending in us, is consistency. So we'll see how he races on Sunday evening. But man, he certainly raced him very, very good the other night. JK Victory raced better his last start. I think James jumped off him this week. I think Tyler's going to get to drive back on him. We'll see how he races on Monday evening. Looks like Money was good. Was he spectacular? No. But he was good the other day in racing at the Meadows. Finished 2nd in the Open there in the mud, the pouring rain. Neptune. What's wrong? Neptune raced good again. You know, his horse raced 3 times at Northfield for us. Parked the whole way, finished 3rd. Parked the whole way, finished 3rd. Not parked the whole way, and was a winner. So it's pretty simple. Try with not park the whole way first and see how you make out. He's up a class. He's going to be a little tougher, but we'll see how he races on Sunday. Rock Shining Star raced fantastic. His last start did not get in Tuesday. Is entered right back for Wednesday. 3-point blue chips. Got a big bump on his leg. We x-rayed it. There's nothing really there. Just scar tissue and soreness from hitting. So first thing, we got to cool that leg out and get it down a little bit best we can. That's going to take at least another week. We're going to have to switch around his shoes, see if we can keep him out of that jack and that bump. That in itself is also going to be a problem. So we have lots of things we have to address over the next week or so. Mechanics is a big thing, and soundness, getting him cleaned up and that cooled down. That will always be there now. There'll always be a bump of some sort there. We just have to get it cooled out and cleaned up and tightened up over the next week or so. So he's going to miss next week for sure. Trosa is racing tonight. This will be a big start for Trosa in regards to how he's racing right now. If he goes out and shows a little bit of blood and mucus again, that will be it for him until September. I just think with the allergies here in this type of season, it's making it very difficult on him. So we'll see. Yo Mr. raced great last night, finishing 2nd in 52-3 at Scioto. Must have been the backup class. I thought the horse raced rather good. And then Delicious Stone DK raced well to finish 6th, but got away, got shuffled, and then come on. Looks sound, looks safe. So we'll see how he races next week when we get him in hopefully a softer spot. Patrick the Piranha races today. Last race of the day, I believe, race 11 here in the Meadows. We'll see how my boy Patrick races. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I will talk to you all very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend and rest of your Saturday and Sunday. I will talk to you all, I guess, Sunday morning, but mostly Monday at some point.